Teyana Taylor has long been seen as the definition of a modern-day superwoman. She's stunning, insanely talented, and always on the move. But behind those killer abs, smoky eyes, and velvet-smooth voice is a much deeper story. One layered with silent pain, self-sacrifice, and emotional hunger, all disguised as ride-or-die loyalty. To the public, she and Iman look like that perfect power couple. But behind those red carpet smiles and insta-perfect moments, things were falling apart, slowly, then all at once. And when you really look, you gotta ask, why did she stick around so long? What did she give up trying to hold him down? And now that she's linked up with Aaron Pierre, is she finally breaking the pattern or just repeating it with new faces? To get to the root, we gotta rewind the tape to the early 2000s when Teyana started dating NBA player Brandon Jennings. They got engaged around 2010, and on The Breakfast Club, Teyana revealed she waited 2 full years after the engagement to sleep with him. She said she was making sure he was the one, but her fairy tale blew up in 2013 when her so-called friend, video vixen Tay Heckard, started messing with Brandon behind her back. Teyana didn't even hear it from Brandon. She found out through gossip blogs.
He's young and in his prime and pretty much trying to have his cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? And I never tripped. All I asked for was just don't embarrass me.
Brandon played it off like their relationship wasn't serious, and Tay brushed it off too, saying she and Teyana were never even that close. Cold. But Teyana picked herself up and moved on with Iman Shumpert. They tied the knot in 2016 and later had 2 beautiful daughters. For a minute, it looked like she finally found her peace. But then she revealed that she and Iman invited other people into their bedroom. Yeah, she even dropped a song about it in 2018 called 3-Way. Some people call that freedom, but sometimes bringing extra folks into the mix is a warning sign in disguise. It can mean one partner's afraid of being left, so they offer up more than they're even comfortable with, just to keep the other person from straying. Like, if I give you everything, maybe you won't leave. But Iman still stepped out. DMs got leaked. Cheating rumors kept coming. People whispered for years, and instead of walking away or calling him out, Teyana went harder defending their love. It was like she was trying to convince the world and maybe herself that everything was solid. It wasn't until the divorce papers dropped that she finally admitted the truth. Iman cheated on her, not once, but multiple times. Back in 2020, she told fans she was retiring from music. She said the industry kept overlooking her, but fans noticed more than that. Her glow started to fade, her energy shifted, she looked drained. That's what some experts call intimate fatigue, when you've been emotionally giving and giving until you got nothing left. A study from the American Journal of Psychology in 2019 broke it down. Women in one-sided emotional relationships often end up feeling invisible, empty, and straight up worn out. So again, why would someone as fire as Teyana stay loyal through all that pain? The answer runs deeper than love. It's tied to identity. More specifically, how her identity was shaped from a young age, based on love that came with strings attached. Teyana was born on December 10th, 1990 in New York. Her mom raised her alone. Her father, he was locked up for the first 13 to 14 years of her life. No matter how much a mom loves you, that missing father bond leaves a mark. Girls need that emotional safety from both parents. Without it, the nervous system learns to live in survival mode, always waiting, always anxious. Kids with an incarcerated parent often grow up feeling abandoned and stuck in limbo. They want love, but also carry resentment toward the parent who wasn't there. It creates a split inside. Part of them craves closeness and the other part builds walls. Teyana learned early what it felt like to love someone who couldn't show up. So when her dad got out, she was excited to reconnect, but things turned sour fast. She told Angie Martinez that her father tried to come in like a strict parent, giving orders and trying to lay down rules, but Teyana wasn't having it. She felt like after all that time away, he didn't even know how the world worked, let alone how she worked. The tension grew. And with it, old feelings of abandonment bubbled up, feelings she had tried so hard to bury. Teyana told Angie Martinez that the pain she carried toward her dad ran deep because he wasn't there to protect her. She felt like he threw her straight to the wolves when he got locked up. So when her mom's fiance came into the picture offering her some peace and security, young Teyana clung to him tight. She was just a little girl craving something steady in a world that felt shaky. But life played a cruel game again. When Teyana was around 11 or 12, that man, the one person who gave her a sense of stability, was murdered. She told Angie that the loss left a permanent scar. Her nervous system probably got wired to believe one thing: men leave, even the good ones. And when a young girl believes that, she grows into a woman who confuses chaos for love. She feels a rush when chasing someone who can't stay put, someone whose love comes in waves, intense one minute, distant the next. That's the kind of cycle Iman seemed to trigger in her. His love was hot and cold, here and then suddenly gone. When the cheating whispers started, Teyana didn't leave. She didn't call him out, she covered for him again and again. Why? Maybe deep inside, she thought this was the price of keeping a man. That love had to come with pain. Now let's break down the imbalance in their relationship. Iman may have had the flashy NBA career, but Teyana was the one with the real star power. She had the awards, the headlines, the talent, but instead of standing tall in her spotlight, she kept herself small. In divorce documents, she even admitted that Iman got jealous of the attention she got on red carpets. That's real, and it happens more than people think. A lot of women who grow up thinking love depends on a man's comfort will dim their own shine just to avoid rocking the boat. It's called mirroring. It's when you reflect your partner's energy and shrink your light so they feel bigger. And it's exhausting. By 2023, things hit the edge. Teyana announced they had separated. But even then, she made sure to say he was still her best friend and talked about the love they shared. But later, during their divorce process, the truth came out. Teyana finally opened up about how Iman had treated both her and their daughter. It wasn't just tension, it was deep emotional imbalance. According to a case study in the Journal of Emotional Abuse, people coming out of toxic long-term relationships often downplay their trauma at first. It's a survival tactic. The pain is so heavy, it takes time to say it out loud. Then came Aaron. In February 2025, folks started buzzing when Teyana and actor Aaron were spotted sitting together at the American Black Film Festival honors. By March, it looked official. She posted photos of them cozy at the Oscars, and in June, they were caught kissing at Aaron's surprise 31st birthday bash. That same month, Teyana dropped the music video for her new single, Long Time. And guess who made a cameo? Aaron. Just like she did with Iman, she's mixing her love life with her art again. On the surface, it looks romantic, but behind the camera, it might be her way of holding on. With Iman, she wrote about their passion, directed visuals around their bond, and built a brand out of their relationship. If the man ever drifted, the image stayed strong. Now she's doing it again. Featuring Aaron so early in her creative world isn't just an artistic choice. It might be her way of fast-tracking the closeness, wrapping him into her life before things have even settled. It feels bold, but it could also be a pattern wearing a new face. So is this really a new beginning? Or is it the same heartbreak story with a fancier edit? Aaron looks like the upgrade. He's calm, private, deep. His acting is soulful, and he doesn't overshare online. He lets the work speak. He seems like a man who's got it together. But here's the twist. Iman once looked that way too. And the most dangerous kind of rebound isn't some random fling. It's the one that looks like a deeper, wiser version of your last heartbreak. The one that mirrors your pain in a prettier frame. And if your heart hasn't fully healed, you'll fall right back into a familiar trap, thinking it's love when it's just reflection. These aren't just red flags being ignored. They're old wounds wearing new outfits. It's not always about missing the signs. Sometimes it's that you don't recognize the pain because it shows up looking different. According to attachment theory, people tend to repeat relationship patterns until they consciously break them. If your heart never healed from betrayal, you'll keep getting pulled toward partners who feel emotionally familiar, even if they look brand new on the outside. And let's not forget about the savior mindset. A lot of women, after surviving toxic love, take on the role of the fixer. They think, I'll prove love still works, I'm not damaged. That last mess wasn't on me. So they dive into something new, hoping to rewrite history. But in reality, they're still carrying all that pain like emotional baggage, tucked into every new beginning. Unless Teyana really sits with what she went through with Iman. Unless she stops trying to be the glue, the muse, the problem solver, this same cycle might keep spinning. Different face, same outcome. She'll keep pulling in men who give less than they take because deep down, she's been taught to normalize one-sided love. Wanting love again? That's human. But no new romance can heal an old wound. It just puts better makeup on it. Even the strongest woman can fall into a pattern she didn't choose, but keeps repeating without realizing it. A woman who never truly healed from her father's absence might keep falling for men who vanish in new ways. Because love can't grow in a heart that's still mourning what it never got in the first place. If that hit home or made you think, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. Trust, there's always more under the surface, and we'll be peeling it back every time. See you in the next one.